Alright, so here is my presentation for the gamification results that we went through the study to figure out. So what we wanted to first figure out was how the employees were responding to the overall training programs. So first we wanted to see how the scoring was for the boring category, whether people ranked it as boring or not. So as you can see, the 4 is no preference, and the 1 is gamification, 7 is traditional. And so having no preference being like the most boring, kind of see how it doesn't go one way or the other. But what is important to note is that for the boring category, the gamification is towards the lower end. So not that many people thought that it was super boring. So that is a good thing that we want to see. To contrast the boring, we wanted to see who thought it was enjoyable. And as you can see, the gamification on the 1 category is the highest value that we have. And so most people enjoyed the gamification compared to 7 being the traditional training. And so I think it's quite interesting to understand how enjoyable versus bored the employees might be during a training session. The next category that we looked at was the interesting category. And again, 4 being no preference, but 1 being the gamification, the gamified training process, while 7 again is like towards the bottom. So we can see that throughout these 3 measures that the gamification is more enjoyable and more interesting. And so if you're more enjoying what you're doing, you're more engaged. We created a dashboard kind of depicting all 3 measures together. We wanted to really just see how the gamification ranked and how employees responded. And we think that because they are enjoying it and they are interested, they're engaged, and they're actually learning more and being able to better perform at their job. And so you can kind of see the distribution for the better perform at their job. So after the training, many people agreed that they were able to perform their job better, if not improve on their skills. But just because it is giving them the qualifications and the training to better perform their job, it might not be the best use of their time. And so we wanted to see if it was a waste of their time. We decided to kind of distribute this as well. So you can see that most people didn't really have a preference of when the training was, if it was a waste of time, they didn't really care too much. But I think as we continue to implement this gamified training, I think people will become more and more engaged and understand the processes better and want to learn more and be a employee of this company that is always looking to improve. And so I think the gamification, it comes with a lot of risk to implement this, and it has a lot of costs to purchase the program, costs to maintain the program, and with anything in life, if you are doing the same thing over and over and over again, you kind of get bored. And so we need to find ways to improve the gamification as well. And so we just wanted to look at how many people received the training, what the percentage was. So you can see that in this quick little table here. Then we also wanted to see the rank gamified. And so 257 out of the records ranked the gamified as most enjoyable. They learned the most from it. So I think that despite the costs and the unknown, the uncertainty of creating this gamified training process, I think that this is the right move as we continue to improve. I think if our employees are engaged in the training, that they are more likely to understand the material better, and we're creating an environment where they are encouraged to learn on their own and do things to achieve, because we have those employees that are very competitive and want to be the best, and so they are willing to do the trainings and to provide for this company in a way that we think will produce satisfactory results. And I think before just results and improving the company, like, we want to make sure that we are putting our employees first and creating a atmosphere that they are enjoyable and they know that their time is valuable. A lot of times with trainings, you feel the need that this is really redundant, it's boring, you don't really get anything out of it. So having a program that encourages learning and encourages improvement is something that I think we should highly consider. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and I will be available for any follow-up questions you might have. Thanks so much. Have a great one.